Today I'm showing off a Blackjack demo that I made in C++. So the way it works is it says we are dealt a king of spades, and like it comes from a deck, so the card's random, and we have our score of 10, so let's hit. We are dealt a 2, so we'll hit again. We'll stand at 21, and they also got to 21, so they got a 6, a 13, and an ace, which can be a 1 or an 11, so they got 14 and a 7, so it's a push, and we can type P to play again. So we got 9, hit, 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 stand, and the dealer bust, because he got 5, 10, and a 7, and we win, and then I'll show one where we lose, so let's just hit. Alright, well this would be a blackjack, so we could, let's just stand, yeah we win. Alright, this will be a lose, so let's just hit, 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 hit. Alright. So we got to 22 and then we bust, and the dealer went to 18 and they won. That's the basics of the game. So we can type anything else to exit. And the source code for this is pretty simple. We just create a card class which can store a suit and a rank. You can either define it by typing 2 characters or a string. This is how you print it, so for each of these, it will return this, so like king of, and then the default will be just the number rank of, and then here are the suits, and then we get the value. We take 10 for all these, so king, queen, jack, and 10. Ace returns a 0, but that's a little weird, and then the default is just the rank minus. So when you have an integer and it converts to a character, it's the character's position, so like 5 is like 52 or something, so we subtract 0 and that just gets us the actual number. We have an array of cards, so this is our deck. You can see it, we just use the string, we pass them all in like that, and then we have a function play blackjack, so it takes a deck location, which is just an integer, a boolean, and then like the boolean is it the player, so we start with a score. Well, the score is less than 21. We refresh the input. We add the deck, the card at the location, deck location. We get its value, add it to the score. And then if the value is 0, which is an ace, we increase number of aces by 1, which is a global variable up there. And then we add 11 to the score. And if our score is above 21, but the number of aces we have is also above 0, we subtract 10 and subtract the number of aces. So basically, if you have, let's say you have an 8, a 7, and then an ace, or let's say 8 and an ace would be 17, and you get a 7, then your score would be 26, so you subtract 10 going down to 16, and that would be 8 plus 7 plus 1 for the ace. So that's how we do aces being 2 numbers. And then if it's the player, we say what you're dealt. If it's the dealer, we say what the dealer is dealt. And then if the score is above 21 after we did this, then it's a bust, and we break, which means we end this, like we end this while loop. And then if it's the player, we ask for input, whether they want to hit or keep going, or hit or stand. And if it's something else, we say invalid and ask the prompt again. And if it's a dealer, we just check if it's the dealer and their score is above 17, we return score and we break. And if anything breaks, at the end it just returns score. So down here, we have this while true loop, which is for like every time you play again. So each, like inside of this is the full game. We first clear the screen, then we set a player score, a dealer score, and a deck location. And the deck location is like how many cards have been flipped. So then we create a seed just using the time, and then we shuffle the deck using that seed. And then we'd say the player score is equal to play blackjack, and we say deck location, which is this number, and then we do it for the dealer again, but we say false, so this means it's the dealer's set of rules. And then if either of the scores are greater than 21 after they both played, they're set to 0, and then whoever scores higher wins, otherwise it's a push. And then at the end we ask type P to play again. If you type P, we ignore, clear it, and then we just run the loop. Otherwise we break and say thanks for playing. Alright, that is all I wanted to show you in this video. I know it's not OpenGL or anything, I just wanted to take a break and work on this game, but next week I should be back to making OpenGL projects. Speaking of that, if you want to click here, you can see the latest OpenGL project I made, where we have a 3D world with a first-person FPS camera.